Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Erica, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys my very modest single eyeshadow collection. I have some liquid shadows, some cream shadows, just kind of some odds and ends. A lot of these things I got either in a BoxyCharm or an Ipsy, and just, I don't know, random things that I've collected over the years. And they live in this little container here. There's 3 little drawers here, and they're all pretty much packed full. And honestly, I don't really know that I remember everything that's in these drawers. This little container here gets neglected a lot. It sits over there on this little shelf. And I know what's in there, I think, maybe, but I don't know. I just don't ever really reach for this anymore. So a lot of these things are very old, and a lot of these things are going to be decluttered today. I also have some beautiful eyeshadow singles that my dear friend Michelle sent to me that I did use in a pretty recent video, so you guys might know what I'm going to be talking about, but I'm really excited to show those to you guys again. And I also, if you haven't noticed, got my nails done. Yay, the horse hooves are finally gone. Andy from Andy Does Stuff, she is my absolute nail inspiration. And every time I watch her videos and I see her beautiful fingernails, I'm like, I gotta go get my nails done. And if I'm going to show you guys things, you know, and have close-ups on my hands, I don't know. I thought it would be nice if my fingernails looked a little better. So if you guys are ready to see what lives in that little container and see some of my other single eyeshadows and odds and ends and whatnot, then please sit back, relax, and let's get started. So I'm going to start off by showing you guys the beautiful singles that my dear friend Michelle sent to me. And these are from the brand Sydney Grace. Now the container that they're in does say, or the little palette that they're in, does say Coastal Scents. I used to have a bunch of Coastal Scents singles that I did give to my daughter. And so I just figured, since these were the only empty palettes that I had, that I would put the singles that Michelle sent to me in there. Now Sydney Grace did make this bundle in memory of Mel Thompson. She was a creator here on this platform that I'm sure you guys are familiar with, who passed away a little over a year ago. And Mel was one of my absolute favorite creators ever on this platform. I miss her dearly. And so to have this in my collection is amazing. I feel like I have a little piece of Mel with me. And I was so touched that Michelle sent these to me. Now these are the shimmers, and they are absolutely stunning. They're beautiful. And I did, like I said, create a video using some of these shadows, and I cannot wait to use these again. And then these are the mattes. I just split them up by mattes and shimmers. I don't know, I just felt like that made sense. And they're absolutely gorgeous. I love Sydney Grace's formula. Very nicely pigmented. They blend beautifully. So happy to have these in my collection. I also got 2 little liquid shadows from Sydney Grace. And this one is in the shade Alexandrite. And I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of this on the back of my hand for you. Beautiful duochrome little shimmers here. Just stunning. I mean, look how beautiful that is. I don't know how well you can see the shift, but it shifts from like purple to green. Just amazing. And then this one is called Dragonfly. And I will swatch this on the back of my hand too. I got a little bit too much of the other one, but that's okay. Just stunning. This one here, Dragonfly, is kind of like a gold to orange to brown flip, maybe even a little bit of pink in there. These are absolutely stunning. I believe I used this one on my channel, created a look using that with a collab I did with Megan, Classic Beauty Goddess, and just love these. So now let's start off with drawer number 1. Now this is going to be totally different brands, different things, different kinds of textures. I'm just going to get through this, okay? Like I said, it's totally odds and ends. So this is the ColourPop Super Shock, and this is in the shade Tea Party. And I wasn't going to keep these. I was going to get rid of my Super Shock shadows because they weren't working for me at all. They would just not adhere to my lid. They wouldn't stay on my lid. And Pia, Makeup by PW, she said, well, why don't you try using a spongy applicator? And I have, and they work beautifully. So I will definitely be keeping this. Beautiful shade. I have this beautiful liquid shadow. This is the Natasha Denona Chroma Crystal Liquid Eyeshadow in the shade Nightfall. And Dion sent this to me. And I will swatch this for you on the back of my hand. And I have not used this yet, but it's absolutely beautiful. Really pretty, sparkly shade, kind of like a, I don't know, dark burgundy, almost kind of purple. Absolutely stunning. And I have 2 liquid shadows from L'Oreal Paris. These are Brilliant Eyes, and I love these. These are really affordable, and they work really well. I'm going to go ahead and swatch both of these for you. This is more of like a tan color here, kind of like a sand color. And then we have this one here that is pink, and it's just stunning. And these really do adhere well to the lid, and they last really well throughout the day. I was really shocked at how well these performed and how much I love these. And I think they were maybe, I don't know, I think less than $10, and I did get these at Target, so I will definitely be holding on to these. Then I have this little liquid shadow that Steph sent to me. This is from Tarte. It says Sea Glass and then Rainforest of the Sea. I'll swatch this as well. Beautiful, kind of like, I don't know, dusky pink with some beautiful sparkles in here. Now, I thought this was a lippy. She sent this to me, and I think I showed this in a friend mail video. I'm like, oh, it's a lippy. It's a liquid eyeshadow. I haven't used this yet, but I definitely want to be giving this a try because it looks stunning. Then I have this little eyeshadow duo. This is Shades by Shan. And I got this, I think, in an Ipsy, and I am going to declutter this. I don't think I've ever used it. And I mean, it's pretty, but I mean, I have these shades elsewhere, so this will be decluttered. I have this single shadow from Unique. This is the Moonstruck Pressed Shadow, and this is such a beautiful green shade. And my friend Bridget, who has a channel here on this platform, she sells this brand. And so I picked up a few things from her, and I love this shadow. I just haven't used it in a while. But because I'm going to be storing things differently, I'm going to put this in a place that is more accessible, or that I will reach for more often, and use this. This is a Real Her eyeshadow, single eyeshadow. This is in the shade Incomparable. I think I got this in an Ipsy as well, and I don't need this. You know, I mean, it's a pretty neutral shade, but I have this multiple times over, so I will be decluttering this. Cute little e.l.f. trio. This is Lavender Love, and I got this off of Amazon, and I was using this quite often. I have this one and a brown one somewhere in this mess that I just love. I love both of them. So I definitely will be holding on to this. These are really fun to take traveling, I would say. I mean, they're really teeny tiny, and the eyeshadows work really well. Then we have the little brown one here. This is in Brown Bonanza. And I love this one too. This one's been used more than the purple one, but I definitely will be holding on to these. Like I said, they're just really convenient, you know, to travel with if I ever travel again. And the shadows work really well. I have this little quad here from PYT Beauty. This is the Upcycle Eyeshadow Warm Lit Nude Mini. And I'm not going to keep this either. I mean, it is pretty. It's cute. And I have used this before, and it was okay. I mean, it wasn't like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, but it wasn't horrible either. But I just, you know, in my collection, I just don't need to keep this. I have this little single from Wander Beauty, and this is in the shade Blossom. And this is a gorgeous eyeshadow. Very pretty, kind of like a pink to gold shift. But again, I don't really need to keep this, so this will be decluttered. I got this, I believe, in an Ipsy as well. This is the Oriza Beauty Astral Amethyst Shimmer Eyeshadow. And this is really pretty too. Really nice little quad. I've used this a few times, but it's older and I'm just not using it. So this will also be decluttered, but I really do like this little quad. It's really cute. I do have another one here from PYT Beauty that I'm pretty sure I got in an Ipsy. And this is the Day to Night Cool Eyeshadow Palette. Cute little quad here, but not necessary in my collection. I think I did use this, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I either used it or I swatched it. And I don't remember not liking it, but it just doesn't need to stay here. And the last thing in the top drawer, this is the Revlon Color Stay Cream Eyeshadow in 725 Honey. And I do like these. I have a few of these, and I was using them quite a bit when I first got them. Now, these are very old. They're starting to look pretty old. And I do have some Duraline that I could, you know, drop in there and mix these up. But I don't know. I think what I will do is try that out and see if it works, see what I think of it. You know, you can use these as liners too, not necessarily all over the lid. What I remember about using these was initially they looked great, but then as the day went on, they would crease and look a little, so I don't know. I think I will see what the Duraline does for these and maybe try them as a liner, but if that doesn't really cut it, I'll probably just toss this. Then I have one from Lower East Side, which I'm not really familiar with this brand. Punk Rock Palette, little quad here that I'm pretty sure I got in an Ipsy. Really pretty shades, you know, pretty color story. They're more satiny, shimmery shades. I don't think I've ever used this, so this will be decluttered. Then I have this pretty shadow from Mael or Mail. I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce that brand. This is in quartz. And I really like the color, and I have used this before. It's really pretty, but you know, I think I've maybe used it twice, so just no point in holding on to this. Then I have this cute little single from What's the Tea from the Balm Cosmetics. I love the packaging, super adorable. And this is a beautiful shade. However, I have the What's the Tea palette, and so this shade is already in that palette, so I don't really need to keep this single. I thought, well, I'll keep this so I have a backup of that shade because I love the shade. It's absolutely gorgeous. But I'm not using it, so this will be decluttered. I love this brand. If you guys have never tried the Balm Cosmetics, I highly recommend trying something from the brand. Then I have this one from Nomad, and this is in the shade Henna, and I'm pretty sure this came in an Ipsy, and it's a really pretty shade. I've used this before, but I'm pretty sure I have this exact shade in another Nomad palette, so I will also be decluttering this. I have another one from Nomad. This is in Kreuzberg, and this I'm pretty sure is in the Berlin Underground palette, so I don't think I need to hold on to this one either. This is gorgeous, very pretty, very flippy, very duochromy. I just love Nomad Cosmetics palettes and their shadows, but this will be decluttered. This is also from the Balm Cosmetics. This is the Petal to the Metal Vava Vroom Cream Eyeshadow. And it's really pretty. And I have used this, oh, I guess it's in the shade Turbo. I have used this before, and it's, you know, kind of that cream to powder formula, and it worked really well on my lid, but this is just not a shade that I need. I have this elsewhere, so this will also be decluttered. Then I have this cutie. This is from Laura Sanchez. Moods, I believe, is the name of the shade. Absolutely gorgeous. I've used this a few times, not for a while, but I have used it a few times, and it's such a beautiful shade, and I love green eyeshadows, so I definitely will be holding on to this one. This is from Space Case Cosmetics, and this is in the shade Intense Stargasm, and this is a beautiful shade, really pretty. It's kind of like a blue, gray, purple flip, and I used to use this all the time when I first got it. It doesn't really look like I used it all the time, but I did. There's a little dip in there, and it's older, but I do really want to keep it because I just love the shade. I have another one from What's the Tea from the Balm Cosmetics, so cute. And this is in the shade Ooh La La, I think. And you know, I don't need to keep this. I mean, I already have the palette, and this is not getting any love, so this will also be decluttered. I have one from IBY Beauty. This is in the shade Headliner Lush Eyeshadow, it says. This is a really pretty eyeshadow, very pretty. It's kind of like a satiny consistency, kind of a, I don't know, almost like a reddish brown shade, I would say. I am going to declutter this because I feel like I already have this shade elsewhere, but it's a really, really pretty shadow. And I really do like IBY eyeshadows and their highlighters. I have this little one here, and I don't know what the brand is. It says Powder Eyeshadow, so I'm not sure what this brand is. If anyone knows, let me know in the comment section. And this is a beautiful shimmer. It's kind of like a, I don't know, peachy tone shimmer. It's really pretty. I don't use it. I'm going to declutter it. Then I have this beauty. Oh, this is so beautiful. This is the Crystal Fusion Liquid Eyeshadow from Koki Cosmetics, and I don't know what the shade name is. I looked all over and I don't see it. Yeah, I don't see it anywhere. It is so gorgeous, and I got this from the drugstore. I saw this and I kind of lost my mind, so I picked it up, and it's just beautiful, beautiful shade. It's kind of like a purple and blue, kind of maybe some pink in there too, little trio chrome shade. And it does work pretty well on the lid. It does get a little creasy, I will be honest, but I think it's a gorgeous shade, and so yes, I will be holding on to this. I have another one here from Mael. This is in the shade Pink Diamond. It's a beautiful shadow. It really is. I've used this a few times. Very pretty, very sheeny, but again, I know I've repeated myself a lot in this video. I don't need to keep this. I have this shade multiple times over in my collection, so it's getting decluttered. I have another one from Space Case. This is in the shade Karma is a Beach. Cute. You know, it's pretty. Do I need to keep it? No, decluttered. Yeah. I mean, I do like this brand. I like the things I have from this brand, but this just doesn't need to stay in my collection. Now we are going into the third and final drawer, and this one's pretty packed full of stuff. The first one here is from Suva Beauty. This is in the shade Coriander. And did I ever use this? I don't know that I've ever used this. It looks like I swatched it. It's really pretty. Don't need to keep it, so it's getting decluttered. I do have another little pot eyeshadow from Revlon. This is the Revlon Color Stay Cream Eyeshadow in 740 Black Currant Cassis. I don't know how you pronounce that. I've never used this one before. Wow. So I do want to keep this and try it out. I'm going to be storing things differently, and I've said that before too. So, you know, I just want to put things, these types of things that I'm going to be holding on to in a more accessible place in my little makeup space here so that it will jog my memory to use it. And like I said, I mean, I do think these are really nice, but I think I prefer to use these more as a liner than in like an all over lid shade. I have this little one from Cella. It says Hello Beautiful, and this is the La Vie Neutral palette. And I got this, I'm pretty sure, in Ipsy as well. I've used this a few times. Really nice little quad here. But I have this already in other palettes, so this will also be decluttered. Man, I'm doing good. Getting rid of a lot of stuff here. I do have another Super Shock shadow from ColourPop, and this is in the shade Secret Garden. And I got this in my mystery box, and this kind of broke on me. But because they're so mushy, you can basically just kind of smush them back into place. And now that these work for me, thanks to Pia, I will be holding on to this. This is the Revlon Color Stay Cream Eyeshadow in 760 Earl Grey. And I have not used this one either. Should I keep this one? I don't know if I need to keep this one. I think I will be decluttering this one. I mean, it's a pretty shade, but I would much prefer to keep that little purpley one I just showed you. Then I have this little palette from Pacifica. This is the Wild Hemp little palette here that I'm pretty sure I got in an Ipsy, cute packaging, and really nice little palette here. I've used this a handful of times, really enjoy it. Really nice formula. The mattes and the shimmers are really pretty, very easy to use to create a look with, and I think it would be perfect for travel, so I am gonna hold on to this one. Another ColourPop Super Shock, and this is in the shade Sailor, and I love this one. This one's so beautiful, such a pretty flippy shadow. It's kind of like, I don't know, brown with a little bit of pink and green in there. And I'm so happy that I can hold on to this one. This one is also from Revlon. This is the Color Stay Cream Eyeshadow in 735. I was on a kick to try all these different colors because I thought, oh, wow, how fun. And I've never used this, and this shade's pretty, but I'm gonna declutter it. This one is the Maybelline Color Tattoo 24 Hour by Eye Studio, and this is in the shade Bad to the Bronze. That's cool. I don't even know if I ever knew that that's what that was called. And I've used this, I don't know, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, something like that. And it's really pretty, but it's creasy. And I just don't need to keep this shade, so I'm going to get rid of this one too. My last little pot shadow here from Revlon. This is the Revlon Color Stay Cream Shadow in 745 Cherry Blossom. Beautiful shade. And, you know, it worked okay, but not amazingly well. And you know what I've decided? I'm just going to declutter all of these. There's no reason for me to keep these because I honestly, as much as I think I'm going to use them and I want to try to use them, I'm not going to use them. Now I have some beautiful single shadows from Makeup by Lisa. And the thing that I can't remember in a couple of these is the shade name. And I feel like an idiot because I got rid of the little envelopes they came in. This is in the shade, I think it's Aurora or Halo. And it's absolutely beautiful. It's a little crumbly. I don't know why, but they just kind of got a little crumbly. They're kind of a more flakier shimmer shade, I would say. And I would swatch this, but you're not going to be able to see the shift in color in my phone camera. Absolutely beautiful. Applies beautifully to the lid. Very dynamic and just stunning. This is my favorite single that I own from Makeup by Lisa, and I'm pretty sure this is in the shade Spellbound. I don't know why I can't remember shade names very well anymore. I took this to work with me. It was in my purse. It kind of broke up, but you can smush this back into place. I just haven't done that yet. Beautiful shadow. Makeup by Lisa is a UK indie brand that I just love. I love the brand owner, Lisa. She's amazing, super helpful, great customer service, and she creates beautiful eyeshadows. I will have her website linked in my description box in case you guys want to go check her out. She's just got such beautiful products. I have this one here also. This kind of shifts from pink to blue. And again, I just can't remember the shade name. It's either Halo or Aurora. And then there was another shade name. I can't remember, but just beautiful. And my last one here for Makeup by Lisa is this little one here. And this one has kind of a lavender and pink shift. You can't really see that very well, but it's because my phone camera stinks. But just such beautiful formula, shifty duochromeness. Love her shadows. So I think I did a very good job of getting rid of a lot of things that were in that container. And it's really interesting because over the last week or so, I've been really thinking like, man, should I do Ipsy again? Should I do BoxyCharm again? Should I do the Ice Cream Beauty Box again? And after going through all these things and getting rid of so much stuff that came in an Ipsy, I really know without a doubt that I do not need to get that again. So let's look at this container now, you guys. This drawer is completely empty. This one has my liquid shadows in it, and this one has my singles and other odds and ends in there, just mostly just, you know, regular eyeshadows. And it's so awesome to see this look like this and not be just full of stuff that I'm not using. And now that I'm going to be storing things differently, and I've said that 1,000 times, I really do feel like these things that I'm holding on to are going to get some use because I'm going to put them closer to me. They were like clear over on the other side of this room. I mean, just dumb storage. And now that this looks this way and I can store it differently, I'm pretty positive that I will be using these things. And I would love to know if you guys have any of these products, what you think of them, if you're going to hold on to them, them or maybe declutter them at some point. We can chat about that in the comment section. My next collection and declutter video is going to be my lipstick collection. And I'm really looking forward to doing that too, because there's so many lippies in there that I just don't use anymore. They're old, or I don't know, I just have lost my love and feeling for them. Thank you so much for taking time out of your life to sit down and watch this video. And if you are new here and you like what you saw, please consider subscribing, smash the like button, and of course comment down below in the comment section, because I love to chat with you guys there. And if you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I really look forward to seeing you guys again in my next video, but in the meantime, please take very good care of yourself. Be well, safe, happy. Thanks again, you guys. Take care. Bye.
Drop it.